Hey, sports porchers! It's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with analysis of Game 4, Pittsburgh Penguins at the Montreal Canadiens. Well, welcome aboard to the Hockey Jesus world. I'm your hockey Jesus. I'm here to give you the truth. Tonight, I'm here to give you the truth about the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, this game was pretty much a shit show. It really wasn't a very good game. I mean, there was a lot of scoring. If you like scoring, that's great. But there was not a lot of really high-powered goals where you're like, oh, man, that was a great goal. Or there wasn't a lot of action where it was like very smooth and just a free-flowing game. It was pretty much kind of a choppy game. And it was like battle of who can get it past the worst goalie. And tonight, the Pittsburgh Penguins were victorious by the score of 6-3 by outlasting the Montreal Canadiens. Let's get right to it. You know, this was a game of streaky goals. Pittsburgh came out and scored the first two goals, Lars Eller and Ricardo Raquel. Hey, I love Rax. If Rax shoots the puck, he is just great. He's got to shoot that puck more. That's definitely something the Pittsburgh Penguins need to work on, getting Rax the puck where he can just let it loose. Just a really nice second goal on a couple really tic-tac-toe passes right to Raquel, boom, right in the back of the net. When he shoots it from the slot, I don't think any goalie honestly could really do that very well. So Penguins go up 2-0. First period, you're like, this is great. I love it. And then Montreal pushes back. It was 11-3 the shots with 2 minutes left in the first period when the Montreal started to mount a comeback. They got just a terrible goal right before the end of the first period. Jarry he's got to make that stop. I'm sorry. There's nobody in front of him. I don't know why he can't get over and just guard the net, for God's sakes. I'm just so down on Jarry right now. So I apologize if I sound a little bit negative about him, but that just seems like a goal that just a starting goalie in the NHL can make, and he just doesn't seem to make them. And he makes them at the wrong time. They could have gone up. They could have gone in 2-0, but instead they get a goal. And then Montreal, there was some pushing and shoving, and Montreal gets a power play. And honestly, Suzuki made a great pass on that goal. That was who scored that goal? I think it was Gouli. I think that was just a great pass by Suzuki. Honestly, that's really what made that goal. He just shoveled it basically right in the back of the net behind Jarry. Can't really fault Jarry for that one. So it's a brand new game, 2-2, and then once again Hayes was out there a little too long on the next goal, and Montreal takes the lead. Heineman scores unassisted. What are you going to do? I mean, he just comes down the side of the net, blows it past Jarry. And Hayes was at the end of his shift, and Montreal scored. I don't know what to think at this point. I'm still trying to get a gauge for, when to get excited about the Penguins and when to kind of be like, well, let's just see what happens. And that's pretty much the way I ran with the rest of this game. And so 2-3. So Penguins score the first two, and Montreal scores the next three. And your Pittsburgh Penguins score the next 4 goals. The one by Eller was actually not a very good goal by the goalie. I got to get his name, but Montreal's goalie is not very good. But he put it past him. Eller had 2 goals tonight. That actually is tied for top for the Penguins. Him and I can't even say his name now because he's not scored since like the second game of the season. Bouvillier didn't, and Lars Eller are at the top of the Pittsburgh Penguins scoring chart with 2 goals each. Thanks to Eller's second goal tonight to tie it up. And Hayes gets a rebound. This is the kind of goal that we missed all last year. I know Hayes is making a mint, but you got Hayes just hanging around the front. There's a big juicy rebound off of a bad goalie, and he just buries it in the back of the net. That was the game winner, 4-3. Some great hustle by Grizzlick. Got it over the Gino, back over the Tanger. How about that? 2 defensemen basically on the rush to get basically the game put away goal, 5-3. Gino gets an empty netter to make it 6-3, and the Pittsburgh Penguins move to 2-2 on the season with a much-needed win over the Montreal Canadiens. This is a team the Penguins are going to have to beat if they're going to be want to think about taking it to the next level and beating playoff teams. They'll have a chance. Well, not necessarily. They play Buffalo next Wednesday night, and they play Carolina, who's actually not off to a great start, Friday night. They can really put some games together here. And like I said, if they can get the 4 wins, if they can get 4 wins right now and going on the West Coast trip, they're playing with house money at that point. You don't ever want to see them lose 4 in a row, but if they do, 4-6 in the first 10, like I told you, that would be okay. But let's not count our chickens before they're hatched. Jari still needs some work. Here's the thing that I did notice tonight. Actually, there was nothing really fun that I noticed tonight. No funny helmets, nothing written on the ice, nothing from the fans that I saw tonight that was really kind of worth mentioning. Sorry about that. I like to try and find something fun in each of the games. Couldn't find one tonight, but, I was on the porch tonight with the boys watching some of the game. I did go back and watch the second period. Yeah, that's just the way it works sometimes. But here are my lessons learned. Jesse Puljujarvi has to play every night. And if that means Rutger McGroarty's got to go down, I'm okay with that because Puljujarvi was just a force tonight, playing on that third line with Eller and Bunting. Even when he didn't score tonight, but even when he wasn't, he was a factor in the game. He didn't go unnoticed. People were coming after him. He hit some guy hard on the boards, ended up with making that 4-on-4 happen. I like that about Puljujarvi's game. Plus, he's got the world's biggest head. Have you seen how big this guy's head is? I got to find the size of his head, but he's got to be at least a 10 3/4 head. He is ginormous. But look, he's a number 1 pick. He's got some talent. He's going to come along. I like him. I think he's got to play every night. Ned is looking like he's going to get healthy. That probably means Bloomquist goes down once again. I'm okay with that for now. They definitely have to figure out the Jari situation, but for now, that's an okay situation. Jari still wasn't good tonight. I told you guys that. Don't like the way he's playing. Still doesn't look like he's into the game. Sometimes he just doesn't look like he's ready for a shot. How can you be an NHL starting goalie for the Pittsburgh Penguins and not look like you're interested in being in position for shots? First line funk, still there. Sid doesn't have a goal on the season, and I'm okay with that because, quietly he still has 3 assists. He might have got a 4th assist. Well, let me look here. Did he get a 4th assist on that goal by Gino? No, Grizzlick did. So he's at 3 points, no goals. Russ with no goals. They'll get it together, but I think it's a good sign that the Pens are 2-2, and that first line really hasn't got it going yet. Not sure that Bolivier is the guy up on the first line, but I don't know if I'd put Rax up there quite yet, but maybe that's where they need to go and just get him shooting the puck. Not sure, but I'm sure Sully will figure that out. Sid and Gino, 1 goal on the year, and the 1 goal was tonight, and it was an empty net goal by Gino. Once again, that should be terrible. They should not have any wins when that happens, but they got 2 wins. They're getting a lot of secondary scoring, and that's important for this Pittsburgh Penguins team. Told you that Rax needs to shoot more. Hey, 2-1 on the road trip. I'll take it every time. And And they they didn't beat any playoff teams, but they only played one playoff team, Toronto. They would have had to go 3-0. And if you told me they were going to go 3-0, I'd say you're crazy. If you told me they go 2-1, I'd say it's possible. If they went 0-3, well, we'd be talking about a whole different hockey Jesus. But tonight, I still remain optimistic about the Pens. 2-2. It's about where you figure they would be this time of year. Without any scoring from the first two lines, really, and no one goal from Gino and Sid, I think you're looking at a pretty good deal. Well, thank you for watching the Hockey Jesus tonight. If you like it, just hit that subscribe button. I'll come right in your in bin. I don't know where it is. Where is the technical director? Probably about right there. Hit that subscribe button. I'll come to your inbox after every Pittsburgh Penguins game. And even if I don't come to your inbox, just stop by YouTube. Hey, you can get the podcast. It's coming out every night. And if you don't get it, you miss a game, just check out the Hockey Jesus. I'll tell you everything you need to know, Pittsburgh Penguin related. And hey, let's go Pens. And I will see you Wednesday night after the Pittsburgh Penguins play the Buffalo Sabres. See you in the next one.